Springtrap is here, new animatronics, the fight that fans have been waiting literal years to see. And we've got a sister location tease just sitting there in the background. However you feel about the first two movies, the third Five Nights at Freddy's movie is shaping up to be a pretty massive moment for the franchise. And honestly, it kind of needs to be. Because unlike the first movie, it's not just critics who pan FNAF 2 movie. The fans themselves are waking up to the fact that these movies, they need work. And yeah, in part 1 of this video series, which you can watch at the end of this one, we already started to address how to fix this franchise. We went behind the scenes. We talked about what these movies need to fix from a fundamental level. We're talking script, director, crew, etc, etc. Why some things worked and why other things obviously didn't. That was the how you make these movies better from a production perspective video. But today we're focusing on the story, the lore, and how to keep the fanbase happy without it feeling like fan service for the sake of fan service. Today we're in the writer's room. This is the true fan shit. This is lore and what we actually want to see from a franchise perspective going forward. I'm Connor and this is Slurp, and these are 5 pitches for Five Nights at Freddy's free. Honorable mention. Please do not make Vanessa a robot. I need to get this out of the way because I've been seeing it kind of a lot recently. Yes, technically, Vanessa being a robot can be made to work in a wider FNAF lore perspective. I'm not denying that. But also, please don't do this. Just don't. It would absolutely nuke the emotional weight of her character, turn trauma into a cheap twist, and make everything feel so gimmicky in a way that only really works on a Wikipedia page. These movies have already struggled to ground their characters, and turning Vanessa into a surprise she's not real reveal would be a massive misstep. Moving on. Number 5, Fazbear Frights. Let's not pretend this is up for debate. FNAF 3 movie is doing Fazbear's Frights. The ending of FNAF 2 makes this painfully obvious. When a crew goes into the old Freddy's location, they're told to salvage whatever they can, and the place is being demolished the next day. That's where Springtrap is found, and this isn't framed as a tease, this is the direction. What I really hope they understand is how big of an opportunity this location actually is. Fazbear's Frights is the first time these movies will be in a location where they're operating in the present day. The public is coming to the animatronics, not the other way around like in FNAF Movie 2. And honestly, that already kind of fixes a lot of problems I had with the movie because I didn't like them leaving the pizzeria. And more people coming into the pizzeria means more chaos, more kills, more tension, and yes, more campy horror fun. And that's not a bad thing. I also really hope they lean into the idea of isolating the movie around this one place. I know the idea of setting almost the entire film in a single attraction sounds ridiculous on paper, but isolation is really what makes FNAF work. The games live and die on that feeling. Give the whole of Fazbear's Frights a twisted Universal Studios horror attraction vibe. I mean, the public could think it's all fake. Urban legends, gags, exhibits about Freddy's murders, a gift shop, a museum style section for fans of the myth. And meanwhile, there's a Springtrap stalking the building. If Fazbear's Frights feels like a real living location, this movie instantly works. Number 4, hold off on sister location. After that Circus Baby cameo in FNAF 2, I've seen a lot of people calling for the third movie to fully merge FNAF 3 and sister location, and honestly, I don't really love that idea. For anyone that doesn't know, sister location focuses on an underground facility built by William Afton that houses more advanced animatronics like Circus Baby. It's darker and a little bit more sci-fi and very character driven. That's a lot to cram into one movie. I absolutely do not want Circus Baby to be a cameo forever. She's too important for that. But at the same time, going all in on sister location during FNAF 3 would just get too messy too quickly. The sister location and the cast of characters are really strong enough to carry their own movie. If it was up to me, I would close this trilogy cleanly and then bring in a new director for FNAF 4 as a full sister location film or spin-off. For now, just tease it and then end FNAF 3 with a post-credit scene revealing the underground facility. That alone would set the fandom on fire. And speaking of arsons, number 3, William and Henry. I'm still pretty annoyed about this, so let's talk about it. FNAF 2 absolutely sold us on the idea that we were gonna finally get a proper on-screen reunion between Matthew Lillard and Skeet. And what did we actually get? Well, barely any screen time at all for either of them. It felt like 5 minutes total, if that. The third movie has to fix this. William Afton is easily the most compelling character in these films, and Henry is just as important to the DNA of this franchise. We need more of both of them, not just lore-wise, but emotionally present in the story. I want to see why Freddy's existed in the first place, their friendship, how they became partners, their early optimism before everything went wrong. Put them in a workshop together, build in Spring Bonnie, build in Fredbear, show us the dream before the nightmare. Because if we're going to pay off the fall of these characters, you need to make us actually care about what they lost. And hey, speaking of Fredbear, number 2, the Bite of 83. How the hell have we not seen this yet? Yes, the Springlock failure is iconic, but the Bite of 83 is right there with it. It might be the most important moment in the entire FNAF timeline. In the lore, the crying child is killed during his birthday at Fredbear's family diner when Michael Afton pushes his head into Fredbear's mouth as a prank. The animatronic malfunctions, bites down, and the child dies. That moment defines Michael's guilt, and now movie Michael Afton exists. So here's how I would do it. More as an adaptation than a recreation. Hey movie, you should start doing that more. For this flashback, we are not gonna use Fredbear. Instead, we're gonna use Circus Baby. Elizabeth Afton then becomes the crying child figure. William builds Baby for her, supposedly to protect her. Michael's actions indirectly lead to the accident. Circus Baby kills Elizabeth and the two become fused. William blames Michael and Vanessa becomes the emotional replacement, whereas Michael grows up chasing his father's approval. Is it different from the games? Yes, but the movie universe has already diverged hard with this version of Michael Afton, for crying out loud. This would keep the spirit of the Bite while making it fit what these films are doing. Number 1, bring in Lefty. By this point, Michael and Abby are clearly heading toward one goal, saving Vanessa and finally facing what's left of the Afton dynasty. To do that, I think they're gonna need some help. I think they're gonna need Lefty. In the lore, Lefty is an animatronic built by Henry Emily to lure and contain the puppet. He isn't possessed, he's a walk-in prison designed to neutralize her. But what if in the movie universe we tie everything together a little more nicely? What if Garrett controls Lefty? I mean, everyone kind of assumed Garrett was being set up as the puppet, but instead he becomes the animatronic that finally brings peace. Lefty captures the puppet, frees Vanessa from her possession, and closes this chapter of the story. It's clean, it's emotional, and it actually feels like payoff, rather than dangling another thread. So that's my 5. Fazbear's Frights as a real location, holding off on sister location for a bigger play, giving William and Henry the screen time they deserve, finally tackling the Bite in a way that fits the movie universe, and using Lefty as the key to ending this trilogy. Now I want to hear from you. What's your top pitch, theory, or must-see moment for Five Nights at Freddy's 3? And if I like it, it might even show up in a video here on this channel. Thanks for watching, I've been Connor, and I'll see you in the next one.
Do you ever wonder why he says, "I always come back"?
I always come back.
Well, the truth is, he doesn't just come back. He's always been here. Who do you think forced the slaves to build the pyramids?
It happened.